Okay, UFC 321 ended, and what an ending it was. I mean, it was terrible. Literally the worst ending to a card. But anyways, I still have to do my matchups, which is my favorite part about a card, making fun matchups. But this main event matchup, I mean, it's pretty basic, really. I mean, Aspinall, no contest, didn't win. I was prepared to say he would win because I really thought he was going to KO Gane in the second round, and he would have. Like, he would have. I'm confident he would have KO'd Gane eventually. So, I mean, the obvious matchup is, I mean, this is the easiest fucking shit ever. I mean, just Gone. Like, Gone rematch. Gone 2, Aspinall versus Gone 2. Not at the end of the year, the beginning of 2026, it'd be perfect. They didn't take a lot of damage. I mean, besides Aspinall, because he got fingered in the eye. Like, what would it take? Now we know what it would take. It takes Gone. It just takes a cheater to finger, you, I guess. Aspinall, you learned, the question, what would it take? We know now it takes fighting the dirtiest heavyweight, actually second dirtiest, Jones number one, but still, we know what it takes. But anyways, yeah, I mean this matchup, I mean it's just perfect. Again, didn't take a lot of damage when it besides Aspinall, but when it comes to actually like, they didn't get any concussions. It was ended in the first round. I mean, Gon landed a few jabs, Aspinall landed a head kick and a few right hands, I guess. But like, again, also it's heavyweight too, so they're not cutting a lot of weight, so they could really like as soon as Aspinall's eye is fixed and all good, they can fight as soon as possible. But I think they should save it for the beginning of 2026 because the Paramount, deal will be then, they probably want to save it for that. So I think they should just have this matchup as soon as possible to fix the heavyweight division because the heavyweight division has been in the dumps for like the past 2 years, it seems. Like as soon as Jones moved up, got injured, held up the division, fought Stipe, then refused to fight Aspinall, so we just held up the division more. So we just need this fight to happen as soon as possible because the division is screwed. It really is screwed. And this matchup is fun, and the rematch is going to be more interesting than the first fight because of what happened, the drama that happened. And Gon did look good. Like, I still would edge the round towards Aspinall, but if you say Gon won the round, I am not mad at you because it was really close. And Gon did look like the cleaner striker, which I thought he would be the cleaner striker, but still, he impressed me a little bit, even more than I thought. I thought he would have way better footwork than Aspinall, and Aspinall did have a little bit better footwork than I thought he would have, but still, Gon really was, you know, out jabbing him on the outside, and Aspinall was closing distance, and he got closer than I would have thought. I thought Gon would have won the first round, then Aspinall would come back in the second round and KO him because it really only takes one shot from Aspinall. Like, Aspinall isn't the type of fighter to win rounds because as soon as he has any success, you're kind of dead. Like, if he hits you once, like, Gon can win rounds because he doesn't have a lot of power. But Aspinall, if he lands one shot, you're KO'd, really, basically. So it's hard for Aspinall to win rounds. If he wins, the fight's over, basically. But yeah, fun matchup. It'll be fun, interesting. Next, we got Mackenzie, but we got Dern, and she won, which I think is great for the strawweight division because this was kind of an interesting fight. Like Dern came out swinging. I can't not. um, but anyways, Dern came out swinging. It was an interesting fight, and it was fun. And when there were boring moments, I said this in my recap. Like I just looked at Dern. Like I literally was like, "Oh, time. Oh, they're against the cage. Let me enjoy myself. Let me watch. Oh, they're back to swinging. Okay, fun, fun. Oh, they're back against the cage. Okay, let me just observe. So yeah, it was actually a pretty decent fight. Pretty decent. So I think she should fight Tatiana Suarez. There isn't really any competition. Like the division is kind of completely dead. Like a lot of the girls in the top five aren't even coming off wins. Like they all kind of have losses in their last fight, and they don't fight a lot. Um, Suarez is literally like the only girl who's coming off a win in the top five. So, like, I guess you have to give it to her. And yeah, that'll be not fun, but screw it. Who cares? Next, we got Jandaroba, who I thought would win, and she kind of completely unimpressed me with her performance. It turns out she does not only look retarded, she is retarded. I should have went by that logic. If a fighter looks retarded, they probably are, at least a bit. And I failed to realize that, so that is my fault. I thought Jandaroba would win. I thought she would be way more physical than Dern, which I think she was, but still, Dern did surprise me. And yeah, Jandaroba, she looked good until this fight. I don't know what happened. Like, retard moment. Like, who's surprised? Me. But anyway, she's fight this girl. Kind of forgot what her name is. I think her name's Thariana or something. I don't know. She's like barely ranked. I think she's ranked 14, but she's just super physical. Like in her last fight, she just completely bullied the girl. And I think it'd be an interesting fight because both of these fighters are super strong. And also, Jandaroba, I kind of just want her out as far as possible from the rankings. I don't know. I just don't want to see her on the main card again. So give her to fucking Thariana or whatever and have her hopefully beat her up. If not, Jean Drogo will probably win, to be honest. But still, like, I don't know, bro. What do you want from me? Next, Umar, who had a decent performance. I think he looked good. Still had some risky moments. He did get dropped by a knee. Batista, yeah, also I want to say this. I forgive Batista, after his last fight, Patchy Mix, I was like, it's gonna take more, but he came out to fight and he dropped Umar. Like I forgive him for what he did to Aldo. But yeah, Umar, he should fight Sean O'Malley, I think. I think Sean O'Malley um is gonna have a fight against Song Yadong. It's not confirmed, but I really do have a strong suspicion that fight's gonna happen. And if it does happen, I think Sean O'Malley will win that fight. I think it's a good matchup for him. And if he loses, have Umar fight Song Yadong. I just think Umar should fight the winner, and it'll probably be Sean O'Malley. I hope it does at least. That'd be interesting. And also, a Nurmagomedov versus O'Malley fight is just like it kind of just sells on its own. It's like Umar Nurmagomedov versus Sean O'Malley. Irish last name, kind of has that McGregor vibe. He's not McGregor, we know that, but still, like there is that little vibe going on, that little narrative. So they could make it interesting if the UFC decides to do any promo, which they won't because they suck at promo. But still, it'll be interesting. There'll be some interesting edits maybe of Habib and Conor, Umar and O'Malley. It could be fun. It could be really fun. And also, if Sean O'Malley wants to prove he can beat Merab, he kind of needs this fight, because he lost two times to Merab. Umar did really good against Merab. If O'Malley can KO him or just beat him by decision and defend takedowns, that would be an interesting argument to be like, I deserve the trilogy. Even though I'm 0-2, I beat Nurmagomedov, who has really good grappling. I think I improved enough to fight Merab. And Merab, he's just beating everyone. He's lapping everyone. So there's not really, there's not really many contenders for him to fight left. So if I'm O'Malley, I want this fight. Even though it's hard, it'll be a hard fight, but still, if O'Malley really wants to fight for the belt again, he should be looking to fight Umar after he beats Yadong. Next, we got Batista, who I don't mind anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of him, but I don't mind him because he did try and he had some good scrambles in the first round. Dropped Umar in the second. He did good. He did good, and I think he should fight Song Yadong. I think he should fight the loser of O'Malley versus Yadong. He did kind of get a push up in the rankings against Umar, which I didn't really get at all. It kind of seems like they just wanted Umar to win, or maybe actually I think the other bantamweights are probably just busy with their own fights or own matchups. So they kind of just gave him Batista. But still, I do think Batista should still fight someone up the rankings. He had a decent winning streak. Kind of fed him to Umar, but you should fight the loser of O'Malley versus Yadong. If it's Yadong, give him that Yadong pause. If it's O'Malley, give him that O'Malley, dude. Just let him fight the loser. I think he deserves it. And I think he'll do good. He is good. Or just give him Chito Vera, which I think he would destroy Chito Vera. I think he's the perfect, if you hate Chito Vera, you should have him fight Batista because Batista is the perfect. I think Batista fucks up Chito badly. Stylistically, I think he's just a terrible matchup for him. Next, Volkov. This is the only PNG I could find, by the way. He looks tubby as fuck in this picture. I don't know why. But yeah, Volkov, I think he should fight the winner of Aspinall versus Gane, which will be Aspinall. Definitely KOs him in the second round, just saying. But I think it should be Aspinall. I see people saying, dude, Volkov should fight Blades, bro. He should totally fight Blades, man. It's like, no, he shouldn't. He shouldn't fight anyone. He already deserved this. First of all, 321 should have been Aspinall versus Volkov already. He got screwed over in the Gane fight. He got, the MMA gods felt bad for him and they didn't give him. He won that fight. But still, it was a really close fight that most people thought would have been like, fuck, okay, I guess Almeida won. Screw him, but he won. But they gave Volkov the win. I think he should not fight. He should not fight until it's the belt. They already do the UFC. They fucked you over with that Gane decision. Now you gotta win, and you can actually hold up. This isn't like other divisions where it's like, dude, you don't want to not fight, or they'll give you the Evloev treatment. This is heavyweight. The heavyweight division is dead. It is literally a bunch of fat old men in the division. You're good, dude. You cannot fight for 2 years. If it takes that long, you will get the next belt, the next title shot. I mean, because there really isn't any competition. If Aspinall beats Gane, if Gane wins, it's a different story. If Gane wins, I think Volkov should fight again. But if Aspinall wins, um, there really is nobody left. Like, who's Aspinall supposed to fight? Pereira doesn't want to fight him. Jones doesn't want to fight him. Anyone who has a name doesn't want to fight him. And Aspinall has KO'd like everyone in the top five. And also, I don't want to risk Volkov fighting Blades because Blades could win that fight. I don't think he would, but Blades could. And if he does win, that means we're forced to get like what a Blades versus Aspinall trilogy. I don't want to risk that. That is not worth it to me. Blades versus Aspinall trilogy, you dirty bat. Do not make Volkov versus Blades. Listen, do not. I would hate if Blades won because if Blades wins, who else is there? Who if Blades beats Volkov and Volkov's the number one contender? Who's Aspinall supposed to fight? He's gonna have to fight Blades for a fucking trilogy. Please no, Volkov, be smart, hold out. There's literally nobody left. If Gon wins, sure you can fight Blades or something because But also Aspinall versus Gon is probably gonna happen soon, and if Aspinall wins, he's gonna want to be active. He was saying before the first, in the build up for the first Gon fight, he was saying, I want to be active. So he'll probably fight Gon by 2026, the beginning of 2026, and want to be active, and you can fight him, later that year. So, Tom Volkov, just wait. You already waited, before, so just wait a little bit more, boy. And I forgot I had it. We got Almeida. You might think he looks a little bit different. He went through a little transformation after this fight. I don't know. I think he changed his hair or something. But next we got Almeida. I think he should fight Teixeira. I think that's a perfect fight. I mean, I think it's perfect. I don't think any other fight is better than Teixeira because Teixeira, you might say he's ranked 13. Like, what are you thinking giving Teixeira to Almeida? And I'm like, that's kind of the point. He's ranked number 13. If Almeida beats him, it's like, congrats. You beat someone who's 1-1 in the UFC, ranked 13. You did nothing. And if he wins, it'll probably be boring, to be honest. He could submit him, though. I think Almeida could submit Teixeira, but still. And if he loses, you can really fast track Almeida getting unranked. You can just cut him, actually. If Almeida loses to Teixeira, just cut him. Cut him. He doesn't deserve to be here. He is not like the others. Just get him out. Just get him out. So yeah, Almeida versus Teixeira. Please, Teixeira, KO him, please. KO him. And if he KOs him, you can give him, actually don't even give him another fight. Just cut him. But yeah, if he wins, I don't know, give him fucking Gaziev or something. Just don't, I don't care who you give, I don't care who you give Almeida, just keep him away from the top five. Keep him away. He does not belong. Next, Rakic. And this is really I couldn't find any other PNG of Rakic for some reason. But Rakic, I mean, I think he should fight Johnny Walker. He got KO'd badly, and I think he's on a little bit of a losing streak. I mean, lost to Jiri, lost to Ankh, lost to Azamat badly, got KO'd in round one with a jab. So I think Walker is like the perfect fight for him. I mean, not if you like Rakic. If you don't like Rakic, I think this fight's perfect because Rakic doesn't have a lot of power. So Johnny Walker isn't, he could get chinned still, but he's not in really big danger of getting chinned. And Walker, I think this is a good matchup for him because, again, Rakic doesn't have any power. Rakic has kind of wilted in fights before, and he just got KO'd badly. Like Jiri broke him, and I know it's Jiri, but still, you can break him. And Walker does have power, and he's super athletic and explosive. And Rakic just got KO'd in his last fight, so it's perfect for Walker. Get Walker ranked so we can have some fun. And next, I got Azamat versus Blodgev. I think this is a perfect fight. Blodgev is gonna fight that bald Anthony Smith clone. Forgot his name. Guskov. I think Guskov. Yeah. Yeah. Gaziev is gonna fight Guskov. If I think Blodgev will win. Guskov hasn't really been anyone impressive. Blodgev is still good. He's on a losing streak, but he's looked good in all of his losses. Looked really good against Pereira. Looked really good against he didn't even lose against. That was a draw, but still, looked really good against Olberg. I think he won that fight, and they robbed him. So Azama, I think this is a good matchup for him too because we need new blood in the light heavyweight division. We do need new blood for Pereira and for Olberg too. If he becomes champion, maybe Pereira vacates and goes up or something. But still, we need new blood regardless, and I don't think Guskov is good enough to beat Blochev. But I think Azama could do it because he did look good and he is really powerful. And Blochev is old, so if there's going to be someone to do, I think it's going to be Ozma. So yeah, matchup Ozma versus Blojev. I do like Blojev, but still, I'm kind of in that stage where I'm like, I like you, but you're old and you lost to a lot of the top guys, even if they're robberies. So if you lose to Ozma, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it because we get new blood, we get the old blood out. And there's some fun matchups with Ozma. That was a crazy KO, even though I was watching that and I was like, what the? How did he get KO'd by that? I get it's if you land right, you can KO someone, and it is light heavyweight. These are big guys. But still, I was like, Rakic, fuck you. I don't care about you. I want you out, and I want Azama in. So I think this is a perfect fight. He'll be in the top 5 if he wins this fight. And it is super interesting. It's a nice fight, Azama versus Blochev. But yeah, these are my matchups. I think I did. There's some pretty fun ones. Almeida, you need to get cooked. But yeah, that's it for the matchups. See you in the next one.